Good afternoon and good evening. So today I'm making content regarding the UCC1 commercial filings, the fact that there's a treasury account which is extremely dangerous, and I'm gonna explain why it's dangerous and why they're doing it wrong and what they're doing wrong, and how they really should be going about it. Now, please keep in mind, I am not an attorney. This is not legal advice. This is just information that I have acquired through studies and education of myself. I am further continuing to educate me and myself. If I have any information that is incorrect, please tell me so that I may correct any information. Remember, information is knowledge. Just because they're telling you your information is wrong, it's not necessarily a bad thing. See, people get so touchy over that stuff, and it's retarded. That stuff is dumb. Like, saying retarded is politically incorrect, and it's offensive. And, because it offends somebody, that becomes an issue. But we don't define when it becomes a hate crime from when it becomes from when it's just an opinion. See, like me, so I want to show today the forums today, which I believe can get access to a bond. Not to an account. Please do not use these to access your account. This is not to access any account. This is only to access commercial transactions in your name. Do not purchase anything from anybody telling you otherwise. These are transactions only. Transactions only in your name. Remember, under 72 CFR 27.11, so that's 27.11 of the CFR code. All transactions are commercial. Now, when I have a commercial transaction, there's a bond or some type of tracking number, because they have both cusp numbers and they have both auto trust numbers. This is how you would find it. Now, let's say I am having stuff accessed in my name, and these are unauthorized accounts, right? I didn't authorize the judge to issue any bond in my name for $25,000. I just got a phone call on the day, on October 21st, that said, hey, you had a $25,000 bond. So I filed a notice of legal authorization that I am the legal authorized beneficiary equitable title holder of the account and the holder of everything. Yes, this is a Fiduciary 56 form, but this is clearly stating that any authorized transactions must be in writing. I must put my name in writing. My signature must be there, not theirs. My name, my signature must be on that bond. That's my money. That's my meat on the table. That's actual meat on the table. That's money that's being put in your name. That's a transaction that's put in your name. Now, remember, the Fair Use Act gives them ability to be able to use your name in commercial actions if you so well choose. Remember, in my state, in California, we have the right to refuse business to anybody. Anybody. We don't have to give you business. We don't have to conduct business with you. No, we don't have to. I mean, they may not like it, and they may write a bad review, and it may result in your business having some problems, but you have the right not to deal with certain people. It's like, I don't want to talk to you. Please don't talk to me. Okay. Have a nice day. So I found this durable power of attorney for securities and saving bonds transactions, because remember, every transaction is held through those cusp numbers and those auto trust numbers. Everything. That's how they're tracked. There's even ones for the areas of Europe and Africa and stuff. So These forms are meant to stop people from using your transactions illegally. The bond, this is the bond here, not the actual bond, but how to make sure that any type of transaction or legal transaction, any bond, any legal thing that is put in your name has to have written consent. Now remember, there is certain laws that are complied with that if you do certain things, you kind of waive those. But remember, you have to be given notice. And actually under Maryland versus Smith, if you put in a pin into a phone like you do, like let's say YouTube, you actually waiving your rights and consents to have any access to those. That's why Facebook says you don't have any access to those because of the pin. Well, it works both ways. If I don't have access to it, then neither do you, and I can access it just as much as I want. It is just as much as you can, and just as much as any other person can. It goes either way. And so I found, let's say that they issued a $25,000 bond. Okay, and you don't have that bond. You just got out of jail or something, right? And you need to, get that bond to ensure that you can make those insurance claims and claim that money that's sitting on that table properly, right? This is how you do it. You file this form, maybe reissuance of the bond. You just state the date. You want to state the date, the face amount, and then bond number. That would be the number of the case. And so you want it in full reissued, and you would fill it out as such, right? This would allow you to gain access back to your bonds. Now, because you have the Treasury Direct Authorization account, Treasury Authorization account, which now they have to authorize. They have to authorize in your name any type of account that is done through commercial transaction. Of course, today we're using the courts as a form of commercial transaction, and so you can get those accounts by going and authorizing a reissuance of the bond. Now, I didn't bring the other forms out. Give me a second. I gotta go back inside. Guess I'll take you guys with me. But yeah, the reissuance of the bond allows you access to that bond. Again, today we're using the jail bond or bid bond as an example of the type of bond that is put in your name. Now, this could be used for even for civil actions as well. Let's say you have an angry girlfriend or something, and she puts a restraining order on you or something. You can use those to discharge the account and adjust it to 0. Now, to do so, you have to file with the circuit court, the district circuit court, and that, of course, would be, in bankruptcy. But you're not filing for bankruptcy. You're simply filing because you want to adjust the account that was put in your name to 0, and you want to adjust the balance and adjust the liability that was put in your name. The liability is the signature that you signed. Remember, your signature is your authorization. That is the authorization to the account. And remember, a contract has to be terms both understand and agree to. And if there is any other terms, they have to tell you all forms of terms of a contract for a contract to actually be valid. They can't tell you, well, you didn't know about it, but if you don't do this, you suffer this and this and this type of penalty. They can't do that. That's a non-disclosed contract, and that's unenforceable. I want to show today as well what else you can do to to ensure that these individuals, again, we're using police and law enforcement and DAs, you can file a W-2. So you can get an EIN number online for free for your corporation. This is a W-2. As you can see there, you are the employer. The judges, remember, are trustees. They are considered public trustees. They are considered holders in public trust, and they are only authorized to act as administrators in proceedings. These individuals have the right only to act as administration. And this is when you tell them, well, I'm going to need you to adjust this account balance to zero as the trustee, and you are, as the beneficiary, it is your fiduciary duty, and you are obligated to do so, because they are a fiduciary. As a fiduciary, they are obligated by law to actually they are actually obligated by law to actually adjust the balance of your account as the beneficiary. But we come in there thinking that we can fight them in such a manner, like we're going to beat them at their own game. We have to realize, I'm still looking for these forms here. Here we go. People like Paulina should be imprisoned. You could tell that there is something far worse going on than what they're actually telling you or what they're actually saying, because she is not right or stable. Because no person would see people going to jail for this and then continue the actions. Something is wrong. She's knowingly violating people, and I am making. Okay. Is that the? Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay, I can close it.
Yeah.
All right. So sorry. It's bringing the laundry. Oh yeah. So these people should be incarcerated and held without bail. For fraud, because they're just going to continue doing it. If they're doing it again, why are you going to post bail? Why are they going to post them bail? That doesn't make any sense. Something's not right there. Something's definitely off and wrong with both the judge and the DA and anybody involved. So I want to also show a request for transcript. Like, let's say a third-party mortgage, like the bail bonds company. Like, let's use Aladdin bail bonds for an example, right? Let's say they put a mortgage on your name, of course. That's the bail. Let's put out that bond, that bid bond that is used in that commercial transaction. The standard 24 form. I think it's an SF-24 form. Here's a 456T. You file a 456T out. And you file that 450T as such, your name, when it's filed with a joint returner, that's let's say you have a wife or something, your current address, your previous address, and then you want the it asks you what type of transcripts you want, and you request the years and periods of the dates. So you have to be very, very specific with the date and time that you want. Otherwise, you can't just just scribble anything in there. These forms are very, very, very specific. And now it says here, the signatory, at the bottom of the form, it says a signatory attests that he or she attests. Reading the attest clause, I have not read the attest clause, and upon reading declares that he or she has signed the 4506T form, see the instructions. It's as It's attached to the form here, to the form that you download, which again I'll put at the freaking in the box so people have the forms, so they don't have to get it from people like Paulina or any of those scammers or fraudsters. I'm going around the internet and posting this stuff so people can get these forms for free. I've had some of them taken down. I repost. But you are swearing that you're the taxpayer, see. But remember, now you're the beneficiary. There's other forms too. Hold on, I got another 4560T here. Now, I've seen this form used really improperly. This is not a good version of it. That's kind of a faded version of it. I want to get a little bit better version of it. The 1099 MISC, which is miscellaneous information, and this is for the State Department. This is that's the back page for it. Cool. A copy 1A, size B, copy B. Make sure this is all in order. Give me a second here. Ow. Copy C. So you have a form here, and it's a 3-part section, and this is your 1099. Parts A, B, and C is what you want. And this is a state tax department form. Now, I want to go over some things because this is very, very important. Payer's name, street address, county and zip code, or foreign postal code or telephone. I'm not emphasizing that. I'm just rereading it because I was stuttering over it. But the zip code is also a way that they gain jurisdiction. Please keep that in mind. And so they have what is a payer's TIN. The TIN number is your social security number, or some type of identifying would be, obviously, if it was a state employee, it would be like the identifying number, like the bar number, or the judicial number, or whatever number that the employee has identified on the account. Let's say I owe $500 to the bank, right? And the bank says I owe them $500, and I filed the statute 609 Fair Debts and Collection Practices Act, and they're still persisting that I owe the $500. Now I can file a miscellaneous information and the payer's TIN to them, because remember, they created the liability, they created the debt that I am actually charged with, and they created the debt. Now they're liable also to discharge the debt, and it continues to go on with sections B, the number, the account, instructing. You read through it and you'll find it. It goes on to ask it's asking for royalties and resales and other incomes and withheld taxes. You have to ask for the money that is actually there. It has to be a reasonable amount. See, I have a contract, a UCC commercial agreement, which was agreed upon by the Contra Costa County Sheriff's Department and other agencies who agreed to pay the terms of the royalties and other things that may come along with the use of the name. Remember the Fair Use Act. Now, if they do not file a tax return, I can file a 1099 to make sure that I am getting those, the payer is making, if the payer is making money more than $500,000, or they're making royalties or any type of other income, or if they're withholding taxes, the amount they're withholding. Please keep in mind that you have to do the research. If you don't understand what it says, Google it. Find out what it is. It's really simple now in an age of technology. Why I don't know why people rely on others so heavily. It's nice to have someone have your back, but we have to understand that these individuals certain individuals are ripping and scamming people. Now, I have another form, a tax authorization information form. Now, I was told that this is used mostly for people filing taxes for you. Like that would be like an H.R. block or a TurboTax or some type of agency like that, or some type of agency that does tax returns, right? Your local tax return. Now I found this. I do my own tax returns. I do my I think it's my K51 or something like that, my K1 or K10 or something. I'll have to look at it again. I'll have the form here shortly. I have to get the form back, as well as I have a copy, but I can't seem to find that copy at this point in time, and this video is already running, and I only have a short amount of battery, so I'll show that form at a later time. Of course, not the filed one, but you'll get the gist of what it is. These are your filings as beneficiary. And this here is your notice. This is your Fiduciary 56 form. This goes along with the Treasury Direct type stuff. This goes to the Treasury Department's Internal Revenue Service. Now, this lets them know that you are the authorized beneficiary for their account. I'm the holder. I'm the beneficiary. I'm the equitable title holder. And unless I authorize my signature, it is non-enforceable. Now, I have the 1099 OID here. I think I already went over that. I have the W8 Ben, which is the certification of foreign status of beneficiary or owner for the United States to withhold tax to tax withholdings and reporting individuals. This is a very interesting form. This identifies the beneficiary. This makes claims on tax treaties, and there's certifications to it. Now, this is the form, the W8 bends. And this form here lets them know that the IRS know that you're the beneficiary, that you're claiming all rights to the estate or any action or estate or transactions in your account, meaning in your name. You can also file a tax return. Again, there's tons and tons and tons of ways. This is another way you can get a whole bunch of different information regarding the IRS 1040s and stuff like that, your beneficiaries. You can even ask for your I recommend asking for your individual master file. Your individual master file shows all the accounts or transactions on your account that has been made in your name. They also have, because these are considered basically sub-political, quasi-political divisions of government, under 4506A, you can file an exempt tax form, because remember, under the 503C, it goes 503C to 503A to 25, and it's growing in number on the things that can be taxed. And I also want to talk about the 248 power of attorney and declaration of representation. This goes along with the attorney in fact, because this also shows and lets the courts know when you file it with this. Remember, you want to file one with the courts and one with the DA, one with the DA and one with the in the chambers, so that it's private too, because remember, there is a public and private side, but when they're talking about public and private side, they're not referring to an account. They're referring to the sides of the court that there are. There's a private court and there's a public court. Now, I found this really, really interesting document regarding a criminal complaint. Seth Sundberg, aka Franco Metcalf. And this is a United States District Court form. Now, this man was arrested. He was arrested just like Randall Bean and the other lady that was mentioned, because they filed these forms incorrectly. They did not know what they were doing. They were given bad information. They were given wrong information. And they thought that they had a trust account, which there is no trust account. The account is made through a commercial transaction under the CFR 7227.11, which all courts are public courts, and you have to remember that they are also corporations that are registered under Dun & Bradstreet and the state secretary. Remember, an incorporation is a business. Anything that is incorporated is a business. It's considered a business, an entity. And you can file tax returns on those legal entities using your name, because they have to by law. I was looking at, let's see if I can find it here. 45s. Taxpayer instructions. I found a document from 2019, and it's section 3 that really surprises me when I read it, because it talks about the courts. Now it says, and I'm paraphrasing right now until I can find it. Here, give me a second. But just to put it in short terms, it talks about, here we go. The 45, nope, I don't think it's that one. Future development, nope, that's not it. I'll have to find it, and I'll do a video on it, but I'll just paraphrase that for a second and state that it says that even courts have to pay taxes except for bankruptcy court. Everybody has to pay taxes, even administrative courts. If administrative courts don't pay taxes, or you don't notarize the IRS, they cannot tax the courts, and then you're just giving them tax-free money, and you're giving them money that's being taken from your pocket and being stolen from you. But this is the real way that you are a secured party creditor. This is real sovereignty or secured party. I always say I don't like that word sovereign, because it's been tainted through use of media and propaganda. I am a secured party creditor with all rights and all beneficiary holdings in the account. Now, this is very, 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 very dangerous stuff, because they don't want you to be secure. So an attorney will tell you, well, it doesn't matter. Well, of course it does. It matters, because that's a title holding. These accounts are being held. Don't let them lie to you. Facts don't lie. Those paperwork and documents that I posted do not lie. That's how you really would file them out. You would use them for transactions only. That is the point of true secured party crediting, and that is the real redemption man. Is knowing how to make the courts function in a manner that's private towards your contracts. See, The contract clause is an important clause. The faith and full credit clause is an important clause. These are clauses that people should know. There's certain phrases that people should know. And I'm going to go over these videos weekly, even try daily, to go over what some of the stuff and the myths that are actually going on and being spread in the propaganda that's actually being spread regarding the secured party creditor and what really needs to be said, because this is putting people in jail. This is causing people to be arrested for fraud, and then these people are not being held accountable. They're being released on bail. It's a sad state that we are currently in. And I hope to educate people further on this matter, as well as educate myself further. Remember, nothing can be perfect. Once it has reached perfection, that is it. You can't go forward, can't go back on it. It's perfect. That's it. There's nothing more you can do to it. But these laws are flawed. And I'm going to show people how to actually use these laws to really protect your right and your constitutional rights. What you think is constitutional rights. If you have stumbled upon this page and has happened to watch this video, welcome to the rabbit hole, and you have just entered into Wonderland. If you choose to proceed further, you will see things and hear things that may shock you. You may not agree. Please keep common courtesy towards every individual. And please allow conversation. Educate each other. Just because someone says something and you don't agree with it doesn't mean that it's wrong. Just means that person doesn't know something you don't know. And share with your brothers, your sisters. Educate each other. Because if we don't, we're all gonna die. The ship's gonna sink. You poke holes, and we are all in the same boat. All laws are governed, we're all governed under the same laws. So black lives, white lives, blue lives, none of it matters because we're all governed under the same laws. And once we realize that we're brothers, then we can win. Once we unite, which they don't want, and then we can win. And for all those who are wondering, that's messy. I am a Real Madrid fan, though. I do like Barcelona, though. Very good team. Madrid hasn't been beaten since the 80s in the championship, though, which is surprising, which means you're a very, very good championship team. It means you're a clutch team. But thank you for watching. Share, subscribe, comment, like, educate people. Remember, you can use this video is protected under copyright, but because of the Fair Use Act, you can use this. This is only meant for commercial use. The warning is meant for use of commercial purposes. If you are monetizing or profitizing off this, you must pay to me. If you have any questions in regards to that, I will post another video regarding any of that request or information here.